Hey, this is Olaide Banks here with Olaide Banks, and I want to share with you 5 tips that I think are very important for small business success in negotiations. Okay, the first tip is to be organized. Okay, you need to know who the players are, you need to know what's at stake, and you need to know what's important. Okay, so know who the players are, know what's at stake, and know what's important. Number 2, I think you need to know your strengths. Know what it is that you do best. When you know your strengths, you automatically project a confidence in the negotiation that's critical for your success. If you don't project that confidence, you kind of give up something that's very important to you. Give up an advantage that you have in a negotiation. You always need to remember that there's a reason why the people on the other side of the negotiation have you at the table, especially if you're a small business. There are a lot of reasons for you to be there. Not the least of which is the fact that you have the technical competence to do the job. But in addition to that, most large business contracts have a small business subcontracting requirements. And so if you are a skilled and qualified subcontractor, there's a place for you on many of these contracts. So know your strengths. Then you need to know your weaknesses. You don't have to try to be all things to all people. Just focus on what it is that you do best, and don't try to dismiss or deny your weaknesses, but don't belabor them. Okay? Focus on your strengths, but don't dismiss your weaknesses. Then know what's important. You need to know what's important in this deal. Some things are more important than other things, especially, again, as we negotiate small business contracts. Sometimes they're what we call jurisdictional clauses. You need to know what they are. You need to speak to your attorney about them. You need to know whether or not there's a choice of law clause in your contract. If there's one, you want to know what it says. Focus on the upside of the deal. Focus on what are the possible positive outcomes for you in this situation if all goes well. And when you focus on the upside of the deal, then you know, again, what's important. This is the last point I'm making, but it's very important, and that is to hold your ground. Don't be afraid to lose this deal or any deal. There'll be more deals out there, and generally speaking, if you make a reasonable request, if you hold your ground on something reasonable, the deal is not just going to go away. Okay? So hold your ground. There's a time to compromise and there's a time to hold your ground. And preparation helps you to know what time it is. Okay? And never ever sign an agreement without having an opportunity to first review it. And I would say never sign an agreement until you've had an opportunity to take it away and let your attorney review it. Again, the 5 factors that I think are critical for small business success in contract negotiation are: number 1, being organized; number 2, knowing your strengths; number 3, knowing your weaknesses; number 4, knowing what's important; and then number 5, holding your ground. I think if you focus on these things, then you will have a lot of success in your contract negotiations.